Well, that's terrible, Rachel. What you're in a business which is essentially built around the concept of hygiene, and you have dirty feet. That's Good morning, everyone. Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more Project Hospital, where last time we opened our emergency area. Yes, the Wee Hours Boo Boo Help Place is getting much, much bigger these days with our emergency area. So we have our trauma center right here, where horribly, horribly mangled people can come in and be immediately treated. We have our nurses station up here so she can deal with that. We have our on-call room where our Dr. Robert Wilson is just kind of hanging out, waiting for something to happen. That's the on-call room. He's just probably surfing Facebook at the moment, waiting for a patient. And we have our little ward, our little observation room, where patients can actually just sort of lie in bed and be looked at. I guess that's the general principle of an observation room. And we just made $80 from you. What did we do for you, Peter Brown? You had shingles. That seems to be very common in this town. Lots of people have shingles in this town. But we've dealt with you, apparently, to the tune of $80. Now, where are we at with our, speaking of $80, where are we at with our insurance companies? We're still down to the uninsured, so the peasants get to come in here, and cheapo care. And our prestige is pretty good with both of them. We need to be at 70 prestige at the end of this day for some money, and I would love to get some money because we don't have a lot of it. What do we need to unlock Abdomigut? We need to open a general surgery department. That might be a little bit off. That's a little ways off, because the next thing we have to do is our intensive care unit. That's what unlocked in the last episode upon completion of our emergency area and some other little tasks that we did. Now, for intensive care, we are going to need what? Another on-call room, another nurse's station, an ICU, intensive care unit. Okay. And then some other shenanigans if we want to put those in there. Restroom, cleaning closet, common room. Speaking of restroom, cleaning closet, common room, it's probably not going to be a bad idea to get those things up and running in this neck of the woods, in this part of the world over here. Another restroom would not kill us because we've only got the one. And at this point, the way the hospital is mapping out, it's kind of on the other side of the map. I mean, if you're a patient over here and you need to use the restroom, you got a long walk. Oh, look, he's in bed. He's in bed. What's your problem? Why are we dealing with you? You could have an arm contusion or a simple fracture of the ulna, I guess, ulna, okay, or a simple fracture of the radius, or a simple fracture of the humerus. So you have simple fractures, basically. Why did we not just x-ray you and get you out the door? You were triaged in the reception, which is good, so we learned a little bit about you before you even got in the door. Oh, somebody else is going to bed. Hang on. What's your deal? What's your problem? You might have lupus or methanol poisoning, or tick-borne encephalitis. Oh my God, these people should not be in the same room. This guy is a walking plague. Oh, staphylococcal meningitis. Get this guy out of the room. We need intensive care sooner rather than later, apparently, with this guy. And what else are people doing? You're being triaged in the reception right now, and that revealed abdominal cramps. You could have ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, bacterial gastroenteritis. Oh, goodness. I think we need that second restroom. Oh, just for this woman, we need that second restroom right now. Let me flesh out a few ideas over here and see how this is all going to go down. Okay, so I'm just fleshing out another restroom area here because that woman seems critical and it's not gonna be even like I want it to be. You know what? That's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's okay. It's fine. Let's make this. Not hospitalization. I actually weirdly want this to be... Oh, it is intensive care. Okay, good. No, it's what I want it to be. All right, so restroom. Oh, I can get another wall in there. That's fine. Hang on. Go back to... give me walls again. We can definitely get another toilet in here. There we go. It just didn't look right the way I was looking at it. So, okay, you need a door. Otherwise, this is going to be the world's least effective toilet ever. So you can have a door, I don't know, there-ish. And then back to management, you need, obviously, WCs. Except those don't actually work there. All right, okay, that's fine. I kind of thought that might be a problem. Let me just take down the walls. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down these walls. Like that. And then those can go live up here. And then... Oh, no. We're taking them away. We actually want to put them back. Hang on. Put the walls back. Mr. Gorbachev, put back these walls. There and there and there. Okay. Back to management. Thrilling restroom construction here. So you need WCs. 1, 2, 3. Come on. 4. And then you need WC doors. Sounds like a movie producer. Okay, with the usual assortment of sinks and hand dryers, and that's really about all I'm going to squeeze in there. That restroom is now functional, right? We're good. Everybody's good. Yep, everybody is good in that restroom. Okay, so a little bit of money spent there, but I think a valuable contribution to the clinic, to the hospital, is a second restroom. I know anytime I've ever been in a hospital, there's usually more than one. So I feel that's fair. Now, what are you doing, Robert Wilson? You're our on-call doctor, and you are checking out James Wilson. Now, are you going to learn more things about him? Is that how this is going to work in the observation room? You're doing a thing with the cart, which is good. Are you going to send him for an x-ray at all? Because that seems like wicked important, seeing as he basically has broken something. And where did the guy go who was the walking plague? Oh, you are checking out the walking plague guy. Oh, sorry, I thought you were looking at somebody else. You're monitoring his heart. Okay, that seems like a thing you should do. I feel this guy should be under one of those, like, biohazard tanks. Oh, the nurse is wheeling somebody away. You're wheeling him to x-ray, I bet, to x-ray his arm. Oh, that's very cool. The pathing is a little odd, but it's very cool. And our new x-ray door that I put in the last time. I didn't even know there was a special door for the x-ray. Yep, wheeling him right into x-ray. I love the way all the objects get used and things look like they're actually happening around here. Of course, that doesn't even leave the nurse's station unattended. There's probably drugs in there. We should maybe lock that door. Okay, what else do we need around here? I was thinking about another staff room. That would probably be a smart idea, because these staff have to walk all the way over there. But I should probably make that a staff room for the sort of general clinic emergency area. Or do I want to make that part of the ICU? I should probably make that part of the ICU. Let me have a think. Well, what I've decided to do instead is start to build the ICU. I know I'm basically going to be employing people to do nothing at this point, but I want to start getting the basics down. And you know, a nurse's salary is not what's going to make or break this place. That being said, we're down to $26,000 and we have a $20,000 loan on the books. So really, we've only got about $6,000, but that's fine. What do we need for the nurse's station again? Basically stuff. You need a stretcher. Let's give you one of them. That can live right here. Obviously, you need the desk and the PC and all the other stuff. Let's have your desk sit right there. I think it's going to sit right in the middle. Let's give you, let's just give you the obvious things. Give you the PC and a chair. Yeah, that can live right there. You don't need a printer here, right? No, you actually don't. Why don't you have some glassware on your desk? For no reason other than glassware on your desk. We'll give you some cabinets, however. Give you one of them and one of them. And you can have a sink over here. You'll probably want to wash your hands frequently. You could do, why don't you do the mobile cabinet? That can live right there. You need a meal tray because we're feeding people now. Which seems a little excessive, but there it is. Now, that's all the only things you need. What else could we put in here for fun? How about a shelf over here? I do want to leave space for doors on this side of all of these rooms, because probably we'll wrap another corridor out here. And having said that out loud to myself, I should probably think about a connecting corridor right in here. That seems super smart. Super, super smart, which is unusual for me because ain't nobody tuning into the wee hours for competent gameplay, but here we are. I'm actually trying to make some decent choices here. Why don't you have a scrub shelf? You probably want to change your scrubs pretty frequently given the job that you have in intensive care. Good. All of that makes the room functional. Now we just need a night nurse and a day nurse. So you, any good staff in here, and remind me what you need. You need patient care. That's the skill that you need. David Smith, you're reasonably good at that. And you also have the clinical nurse specialization too. And your little perk is that you're a hard worker. What's Rachel Miller's perk? What's this little footprint? You have dirty feet. Well, that's terrible, Rachel. What? You're in a business which is essentially built around the concept of hygiene, and you have dirty feet. That's, ugh. I don't think we want to hire you, Rachel. What's your deal? You're an early bird. You work efficiently during the day. Okay, good. And you're fast. Well, I think David Smith is clearly going to be our choice here. So you can work there. That's good. Now, no, back to management, please. I want to go back and hire another nurse. Wait. Were you a doctor or nurse? You're a nurse. Okay, I just, for some reason, spaced out and thought I just hired a doctor for no reason whatsoever. Back to nurses and night shift. What do we got? Lisa, Rachel Miller with the dirty feet. That's just disgusting. Oh, unfortunately, Rachel Miller is about the best we've got. I'm not hiring somebody with dirty feet. That's just terrible. But now I don't want to hire Lisa Young because she works better during the day. How about Susan White? What are your little perks? Your rest levels decrease slower. Good. And you're a hard worker. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. You're in. You can have the night shift here. Perfect. Okay, so that's that dealt with. And one of you is going to go right home. Yep. Yeah, Susan White is just out the door because it's not nighttime. It's not time for her to go to work. Now, obviously, this doesn't make any sense right now because there's literally nothing for these people to do. But I'm just trying to get the fundamentals down so when we're ready to open the ICU, everything will be in place. Well, James Wilson is finally back from his round of treatments, and after all that, it was just an arm contusion. Apparently, looking at the little icon here, somebody hit James in the arm with a hammer. I think, James, instead of the hospital care, maybe you should just choose your friends a little more wisely, or perhaps work in a non-construction related industry. Maybe a nice desk job for you, James, because somebody hit you in the arm with a hammer. That's terrible. So go home now that we've given you some numbing ointment. Now, see, the thing with that is that chewed up a lot of time just for $280. There's a way we can get these people in and out the door faster. That would be great. I see somebody is using our new restroom. Peter Gonzalez is filling his needs. Yes, you are. Now, you have dizziness and a headache and a hidden symptom. And we have no idea what this is. This could be beef tapeworm. It could be methanol poisoning. Wow, You've got a lot going on, Peter Gonzalez. What are we doing for you? Oh, we're doing stool analysis. Okay, well, that's probably why you were in the restroom then, and we're doing a blood test on you. Fair enough, fair enough. Well, now I see your desperate need to go to the restroom as you actually needed to get a sample together. You, put your pants on. What kind of x-ray department do you think this is, sir? What's your deal, John Martin? Fracture, or leg contusion. Again, somebody hit you in the leg with a hammer. Maybe you're friends with the other guy. Okay, well, the x-ray will probably reveal this. I'm sure that will deal with that problem. Probably more numbing ointment for you, I would imagine. So I've started mapping out, well, not mapping out, but I'm really just put this small piece of corridor in place just so I don't forget to do it later. Slightly smaller corridor than I usually do, but I just want a nice thin little corridor to eventually wrap all the way down here and probably connect up with this corridor down here. And then that will allow at least some passage between the two. Now this over here, this area, we want this to be the on-call room for the doctors that are now supported by the nurses station that we just put up, neither of which are actually doing anything at this point, but we'll get to that in good time. Now, you can have, why don't we really do some purple? Why don't we just make this the worst floor ever? Oh, yeah, that is just terrible. That is awful. Now, we want this to be the on-call room. So you can be on call there. And you need a door because you're all fussy like that, needing doors and things. How about a door with a window? People can look in at you and go, hey, what's going on in there? And you know what? We all almost never put up windows. Why don't you have a little window going into the corridor so you can see what's going on in there? And speaking of which, I don't know why I'm spending this money. I don't have any. But there can be a window here and a window here. Everyone can peek in at the sleeping people and go, hey, what are you people doing in there? Why are you asleep? Get up and go get an x-ray because you clearly have an arm contusion and somebody's hit you in the arm with a hammer. So back to management. All right, we got a door. Now, what do we need for this? Obviously, desks and PCs. That's the obvious thing. So I think for this one, do I want 2 in here? Do I want 2 doctors? You know what? We can always add a desk later. We're not married to this. We can always put in more doctors into this area, create a second workspace, which is what the PC does. It enables you to have a doctor in this room. So we can always put a second one in later if we feel the need to do that. But for right now, 1 will be fine, and you need a printer. And you're going to be hanging out in here, so you probably want a sofa. And where does that want to live? How about right there? And you can have a coffee table. And why don't you have a radio instead of the TV? That's more fun, isn't it? You can do some little dancing while you're hanging out in here. I do want to leave room for another desk, and maybe another door going out into the corridor. We'll see what we want to do with that. How about a bookcase? There we go. There we go. This is more of a library kind of area. Nice little radio playing some soothing music. Nice little bookcase over here. You can read while you're doing things. And why don't you just have 1 cabinet and 1 of these cabinets. And I know exactly what you need. You, sir, need a coffee maker. Absolutely. This is not a wee hours boo-boo help place without a coffee maker. Perfect. What else could we put in here just for fun? A Q machine. We could have people wait in here. No, that's probably a terrible idea. But you know what? You can, for no reason other than because, you can have a little chair here. There we go. Okay, back to management. We need to hire someone for the day shift. And do you need any sort of specific skill? Critical care medicine. Okay, critical care medicine. Kate Cole, 61% on critical care, and she has some other general skills. General medicine, diagnosis, anesthesiology. What are your little perks? You have a long commute, you might be late, and diagnostic genius, extra talent for diagnosis. Ooh, maybe, which is weird because your diagnosis skill is only 50%, but I wonder, do we want to just create another doctor's office, a regular old doctor's office, and put Kate Cole in that if she's a diagnostic genius? Because I don't think the ICU is really diagnosis-y kind of area. I'm guessing on that, but I kind of want to just build another office for her and throw her in there. Although we don't have a lot of money left. So okay, let's deal with some basics. You're 61% on critical care. That's pretty good. However, Jordan Martinez, although he's very expensive, is 87% in critical care. Yeah, I think it's got to be Jordan Martinez all day long. And your other skills aren't shabby either. 86 in general medicine and 75 in diagnosis. You're in. You're absolutely in. Now, we need someone for the night shift. I know this doesn't make a great deal of sense because there's nothing for these people to be doing, but I'm just kind of laying the foundation so when we finally slap down the ICU, the critical component here, everything's just ready to go. Everyone can just leap into action at the ICU. So night shift, doctor. Yep, doctor and night shift. Okay. Okay, so we're back to Kate Cole again. Who replaced the other guy? Frank Hernandez. Didn't we just hire a Hernandez? You guys brothers or something? You're 32 in critical care. Sarah King's 56. Kate Cole is really good, but if she's a diagnostic genius, I kind of just want to put her in a regular old doctor's office then. If she can kind of churn and burn some of the more low-tech patients, the ones who don't need, x-rays and, blood tests and sorts of sampling that we do, if she could kind of churn and burn those. I don't even know if that's a thing. I don't know if she's going to really be that wicked awesome or if this is just sort of a red herring. But anyway, long story short, let's get Sarah King in for the night shift. 56% in critical care, 74 in general medicine. Yeah, she's got some semi-okay skills. So just check on the night shift. Yes, we are. Sarah King, done. Okay, fantastic. And you can get dropped in there. And that satisfies every single thing that we need except the actual ICU. The sort of critical, bring them in, they're horribly mangled kind of room. Let's get back to this, and let's just get it a little bit faster so we can get some money coming in. We only have 20 grand. Now, the ICU definitely is going to go here, but I kind of feel much like we did with the observation ward, where there's so many objects. And again, from personal experience, these things, these beds, all these objects need to be in extremely specific points in relation to the bed. And it's just extremely fidgety. It's super, super fidgety. And it's frustratingly fidgety. So I think the ICU is another one where I'm going to prefab it. Now, what is the cost on that? How much is that going to cost me for an ICU? Where is that? Templates of ICU rooms. There we go. On-call room, cleaning closet, yada, 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 nurse's station, ICU. Okay, so we can get a 16 by 6 for a mere $58,000, or an 8 by 6 for $29,000. Well, we can't afford either. We can't afford either of those. Does this require, that does not require any more staff. I kind of want the big one. I kind of really want the big one. I'll have a think about that. Let's see how much money we have at the end of the day. Because we should be able to meet this 70 prestige at the end of the day thing. That shouldn't be a problem. We generally meet that every single day. Yeah, we're up to 75 already. Actually, 89. Excuse me. Apparently, we just did something extremely prestigious. Probably one of the sampling things in the stat lab. Those are very prestigious samples that we bring in there and analyze. So 70 prestige should not be a problem. And I don't think the 30 patients per day is going to give us any money. It might, but it also just might give us one of those sort of non-plussed, yes, your next doctor will be awesome, which doesn't really seem to work out. So money would be great. And unlocking another area would be great. If you're just going to give me a semi-decent doctor, I can probably live without that. But let's get it to, where are we at? It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Clinic closes at 6. And we're actually only up to 25 patients. Well, we'll get some more churned in at the end of the day here, but let's see where we're at the close of this day in the wee hours boo-boo help place. Okay, we got our 30 patients per day, and that was money. That was a $20,000 grant. Cool. Excellent. We still have to wait till midnight to get the 70 prestige and reach 80 prestige at the end of the day for emergency. I think we're going to be able to get both of those done. I mean, we're obviously at 89%. And the place is about to close. How much less prestigious can it get between now and then? I think at midnight we get a nice little dump of money in here. All right, so we are coming up on midnight, and I notice our prestige has actually gone down quite a bit. I suppose it's, I can only guess it's because we're not doing anything at night to maintain our prestige, so I don't think we're going to get our 70 and 80%. That's kind of terrible. We need to do more things at night, people. You're not really contributing to the overall plan I have for this hospital. You're just on Facebook. You're also on Facebook, and you're just getting free drinks. This is not okay, folks. Well, let's see what happens at midnight. See if we get anything else out of this. I don't think we're going to. Oh, we did. Okay. Somehow we did reach 80% prestige. How? Because this says 60. Oh, I see. At emergency. Okay. All right. So this is an aggregate. All right. This is an average of our prestige. So looking at this, we were indeed 5 stars in emergency. So, like 100% prestige, but only 1 in radiology. So this is an aggregate average of our prestige. But in emergency, which was the task, we were totally above 80%. Fantastic. Do we also get the other one? No, because we did not reach 70 prestige overall at the end of the day. So we also need to think about beefing up, basically making our radiology department better. Now, what could we do with that? Let me go over to radiology here. What other? I mean, there's a lot of other rooms that we just don't have yet. A CAG, a CT, and a MRI. Okay, I know that's MRI and CT. What is a CAG? What's a CAG? Coronary angiography. Okay, sounds like you're looking at hearts. Also called arteriography, that visualizes blood vessels and organs of the body. Yeah, okay, so you're looking at the sort of gooey, organy things inside our body. Okay, fantastic. CT room, yep, computed tomography, sophisticated X-ray, okay, and MRI. That's the little tube thing that you go in, right? And you can't have any metal objects, otherwise they, fly around the room and slash you to pieces, right? I've seen movies. I know how these things work. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's get on to the morning. Let's go straight on till morning, and then see what we're going to do next. Well, it's another brand new morning in the wee hours boo-boo help place, and what's your deal, Robert Barkley? You have weakness and chest pain and breathing problems, and Dr. Penge is narrowing it down. Iron deficiency anemia, IHD with heart failure. Are you having a heart attack right now? Because we don't actually have our intensive care unit up. But if you do have that, boy, that costs a lot of money. Holy moly. If you have that, that's almost $3,000. Oh, except we need to do surgery. Yeah, we're totally not doing surgery, Robert. Really don't have the IHD with heart failure. Maybe just have an iron deficiency anemia. I think we just give you vitamins for that. We're not equipped to do surgery, and we probably won't be for a while, Robert, so probably chill on the whole heart attack thing. However, all of that being said out loud to myself, now I'm kind of on two minds, because if our radiology department is so terrible that it's just a one-star, I mean, it is just the X-ray department, that's it, but it's basically a one-star radiology department, we're never going to get that 70 prestige with that kind of number. I kind of feel we should start putting in all the other radiology rooms, which are all going to require technologists, and beef up our radiology department. But, I've kind of committed to the ICU at this point. I've kind of laid all of the cornerstones for the intensive care unit along the side. I feel I've just got to pull the trigger on the ICU place. It's just, otherwise, all of that was a complete waste, and these people are getting paid. I mean, these people are all drawing a salary at this point. I had planned to drop this in today. I mean, day 8 at the wee hours boo-boo help place. And if I start working on the radiology department, well, that's, first of all, that's going to be very, very slow going because we don't have a lot of money. I also realized I messed up the corridors in my floor. These are not the right corridor floors. All right, well, you know what? Speaking of money, I'll learn to live with that for right at this exact second. But I think we've just got to pull the trigger on the ICU. I've committed. I've done all the groundwork for it. I may as well put it in. Now, going back to the prefabs, I'm definitely going to prefab this one because there's a lot of stuff in here. The 16 by 6, first of all, there's no chance we can afford it. It's $58,000. Also, it's gigantic. It's 16 by 6. Even if I wanted to put that in, I don't really have a good spot for it right now. So I think we'll limit ourselves to the 8 by 6. That's $29,000, and we have everything else in place to do that. So an 8 by 6 foundation, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that lines up very nicely with that other room. Fantastic. And 8. There we go. Okay. Back to the prefabs. Back to, we are in intensive care, right? Yep. Templates of ICU. Okay. 8 by 6 can go right there, right? What? Why? Prefab is not allowed at the active department. What does that even mean? What does that mean? What do you mean it's not allowed at the active department? Are we... Okay, radiology. Okay, that's probably the problem here. Okay. Boy, this game is finicky like that. Like, clearly I'm putting in an ICU. You might want to guess that I'm going to the ICU department. Yeah, so intensive care, hospitalization, building, prefabs. One more time here. Here we go. ICU. Probably didn't even need to put down the foundation, did I? Yeah, okay, there we go. Now it's going to fit in. Wow. Yeah, I'm really, really glad I prefabbed this, because that's just insane. I could spend a day working on this game and not figure out how to put all those things into this room. Holy moly. Okay, well, there we go. ICU department, done. We now have an ICU. Now, is anything actually going to happen to it? I don't know, but we've got one, so we got that working out for us. Now, are you the ICU doctor? You're Robert Wilson. I believe you are. Oh, no, you're obviously in this on-call room, and I think that's for this little, whatever this is here, sort of emergency clinic-y area down here. And what are you doing? You're just kind of hanging out on Facebook. Okay, fair enough. You're going to the restroom. Guys, I just shelled out like $30,000 for this ICU unit. I really need some wicked banged up people to show up in this hospital. I mean, just wrecked, absolutely wrecked, because this cost me a lot of money and I need to start making it back. We've only got $5,000 and we have a $20,000 loan out, kids. So, anyone want to do some doctoring? Well, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and absolutely nobody has used my intensive care unit. I can't believe I just shelled out so much money for that, guys. Please, somebody be horribly, horribly sick so we can use that. But I am noticing the doctors are taking a very, very long walk to get something to drink. So if we could maybe drop in like a water cooler or, hey, I don't know, some vending machines around here, that would probably be a pretty good deal because they're walking a long way. Let's put a water dispenser right in your on-call room. And let's put a vending machine. Not that the doctors are paying for it, of course. But let's put one of those here. And maybe, how about a blue one? How about a blue one over here? And you know what? While I'm doing it, I don't think there would be any specific reason to, but I kind of want to do one of my little mini waiting rooms. I won't, because just in case somebody's waiting all the way down here, but they actually have an appointment all the way up here in the doctor's office. No. Let's hold off until maybe we have another doctor's office down here, which is not the silliest idea I've ever had, especially if we put it maybe right here where our new corridor is. But right now, I just need to be making money. I just need to be burning some patience here to get the dollars coming in, because I don't think we've got any major challenges, like treat 30 patients. We've clearly accomplished that. I'm sure the next one is probably 40. But I don't know if we'll be able to do that, at least without adding another doctor. Okay, maybe we can get this 70 prestige at the end of the day, but with our radiology department clearly being the weak link in the chain here. And how is that doing, by the way? Okay, it's not so weak right now. It's up to 4 stars. Our intensive care unit is kind of dragging us down. You know why? Probably because nobody's using the darn thing. Nobody needs to be intensely cared for in this town. I spent so much money on that. Somebody show up and be sick. Well, the following morning, and indeed we did not get our 70 prestige at the end of the day. I think we got about 63%. So not 100% sure what the answer to that is going to be. What's the major holdups here? Emergency, we do fine in emergency. It's the ICU and radiology. They're dragging everybody down here, but nobody's using the ICU. Apparently nobody is horribly injured yet, or god-awful sick and just a walking plague victim. So I'm not quite sure what to do with that. Everything's in place. It is working. It is functional. So I don't think it's on my end. I think just nobody's showed up here yet. But after paying everyone's salaries overnight, we're down to a cool $2,000, $1,971 we've got to operate this hospital and then build it up. I think the next thing we have to focus on is building up the radiology department. We clearly need to start getting some of the other radiology rooms like the CAT scan and the MRI and all those good things in here. Of course, those are just going to be stupidly expensive. And speaking of radiology, our x-ray department person here is now playing solitaire. Great. Super. So that's all working out. That better be a free game of solitaire, by the way. I hope you didn't pay for that, because we don't have the money for it. Oh, we've got 2,131 now. Yay, we'll have that new MRI machine in no time. But let's address that in the next episode. We'll play some more Project Hospital then. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Anyone want to get the head out of the hot tub? Did you want to maybe pull this head out of the hot tub? That's not sanitary, guys. That is not okay. That's a health code violation in the mansion.